should eat your candy.
Okay.
So we don't have to hear the crinkling of the wrapper. What is that? Is that a Lindor?
Lint ball.
Lint ball. It's a ball of lint.
This ball is delicious. Speaking of lint.
Put that in his beard again. There were literally 2 pieces of lint in your beard. Oh no. Welcome again to another installment of The Final Boss.
Hey.
I'm Raccoon Chad.
That Tyler 124.
Nah, I'm Jocelyn.
And we're going to be talking about
Kirby.
Kirby.
Kirby is the name of the show. Kirby. The name you should know. Dr. Richter.
What do you
got
doing?
Maximum Pink.
What are you doing?
Kirby's the one.
Is this a real song?
Yeah, from the Kirby
Right back
Box.
at ya?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That show was so dumb. Yes, it
We'll be
was.
right
Stop
back at
it.
ya. We'll be right back at ya.
They tried to make it so jazzy. They tried to make it so jazzy, and it just like did not work.
Kids are gonna love the jazz.
No, hated
Love
it.
the jizz.
Yeah, dude, I drew dicks because every time somebody gives me a pen, I have to draw a dick on something.
Like that guy from Superbad?
Yeah, sure.
Was it Superbad?
Yeah, it was super bad.
Filthy.
So little
are shaped like dicks. The best
the
one.
best ones. So a little background on Kirby in case you're ill-informed, which is nobody in the world. He is a citizen of Dreamland. His homeworld is Popstar, which is actually a star-shaped planet with two rings on it.
Yeah.
Created by Masahiro Sakurai. And yeah, so that's
the background.
actually there's a little bit more background. He was originally supposed to be colored yellow.
Really?
Believe it or not. Yeah.
That's why you can play as Yellow Kirby in Smash Brothers.
Well, yeah, that's
That makes sense.
Yeah. But the original one, obviously, since you pulled up the list, the original Kirby was actually released on the Game Boy.
Yeah. Dreamland.
Kirby's Dreamland, yeah.
He's white.
Yeah, he's white in that one. Yeah.
I mean, it was black and white.
It was black and white, so they're just like, we don't want people to think, like, be confused, like, why is he pink in this one and he's black and white in this one? But it doesn't
Right.
make sense because, like, it's fully colored, but I guess they wanted him to, like, look similar to what he was supposed to be, like, on the cartridge, like, box, which is why they just made him white like that, but, you know, whatever. So, yeah, he was originally supposed to be yellow.
Makes
So,
sense.
if you are playing Super Smash Brothers, play as the yellow Kirby and see how you like it.
Maybe
if it's
you'll win.
aesthetically pleasing, then that's what they were going for. But yeah, pink it's a good color. And it was actually originally intended to be like a game designed for beginners, which is why it feels so like cartoony and kind of like
Simplistic?
soft on the eyes and like very simple, and like easy to learn. But there's like, for the hardcore gamers, there's actually a lot of secrets in the one for the NES, Kirby's Adventure. That's like, oh man, there's a lot of fucking secrets that I still have not
I didn't play
found.
that game.
It's fun. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, which is obviously, you know, Kirby's All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirby Superstar, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Wait.
developed
Do
by...
you have this game?
Yeah, I have it on the NES, but my NES has actually been kind of like purple screening a lot,
Oh.
so it's broken. Because like
Dirt.
I've
full
been
of dust.
no, I blew that thing like a gay man, but no, nothing. It's not.
Shoutouts
dust.
to Gay Man.
Yeah, shouts to I was about to say somebody's name. But yeah, no, we at Troll Stomp Gaming support your sexual orientation, no matter what it is. Dogs, cats, people, whatever. We don't care.
Filthy.
Yeah.
Mainly just other dudes.
Yeah, or just other dudes, you know, whatever. If you want to just pal around with your pal and put your dick in him, that's cool.
Filthy.
Yeah, so Kirby, we're talking about dicks and shit. Oh man.
This is the best podcast yet.
Yeah.
We are getting political with this
Hella
Kirby
political,
podcast, dude.
yeah.
Nah, dude. The tight thing about Kirby, in my opinion, is that he's got so many fucking friends, dude.
Yeah.
He's just got all the friends. And I actually named both my hamsters after Kirby characters.
Really?
Yes, I had a hamster. My first hamster was Waddle Doo.
Oh.
He had both eyes, but I named him Waddle Doo.
Yeah, okay.
And then my second one was Waddle Dee.
Yeah.
He was cuter. And, well, Waddle Dee's my favorite character in Kirby. Because he's just like the fucking plain guy.
Yeah.
But,
He's got nothing going for him.
But guess what? The only time you get to play as him in All-Stars is if you have a friend player and you get Parasol. And Parasol is the shit.
It is.
It's the
great power.
best.
It's actually one of the best shields aside from Mirror.
Yes.
Because that has the best shield. Or, you know, the three
Rock.
god tier. No,
Rock.
the three god tier abilities in Kirby All-Star is
Mike?
Spark.
Oh.
The one where you can, like, you know, build
Run
up
back
static
and forth?
electricity. Yeah.
Plasma.
Yeah, plasma.
Plasma.
Yeah, that one. Cause like you actually showed me this. Tyler showed me that
You
this
build
is
up
actually,
static electricity.
and you can build it up while you're still shielding, which is so fucking
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like when there's like stuff falling around you or hitting you, like they just get blasted away or like they just dissolve and like go away.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Sean Fossum for teaching me about that little trick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my
Wait.
first experience with Kirby was definitely on the Game Boy. That was when I fell in love with Kirby, and I was hooked ever since.
And that's just the one where the first level you go and fight
It's Spring Breeze,
The
pretty
tree.
much.
Yeah.
It's
The
just
tree.
Spring
Yeah,
Breeze.
Spring
Yeah.
Breeze is pretty much the first level of all Kirby's.
Yeah.
filthy.
Yeah.
No, you didn't finish your story. You said there are 3 god tiers. You said Plasma.
Oh yeah, it's Plasma, Mirror. That's the one where you have the wand and like when you shake it back and forth, it makes those little
yeah.
shards. And his shield it's like this chromatic like ball, and just nothing can penetrate it other than my rock hard dick.
Shout out to
My rock hard
shout
dick.
out to Chad's Cuban. Anyways,
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
got
And-
him.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
The third one is the Parasol.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, the shield on that is amazing. That's the only thing that I judge the powers on, is how good is their shield. Because blocking is imperative in that game.
One of the funniest things to do in Kirby games is to shield and then press down and just keep switching back and forth between duck and shield, because it's like he'll just go from like 1 fucking
Yeah.
millimeter tall, and then he'll just like and he'll just have like a fucking parasol in front of him. No, dude, you know what else is hella good? It's like the first power you get in the game is beam.
Yeah.
Because if you run and then you jump and shoot, it does like this diagonal spray thing while you're flying, and it gives you like momentum and shit, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. And with mirror, if you run and jump, it does the split, the aerial split. Where
Yeah.
you just, ooh,
It's
Mirror
badass.
images of Kirby.
it's so tight,
Yeah.
dude. I fucking
Um,
love that game.
In Kirby's Adventure, the one for the NES, there was actually more, I would say, I think, more powers in that one than in Kirby All-Star or Superstar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 'cause,
In
like,
which
there's,
one? For the regular Nintendo?
Yeah, because there's beam, there's laser, but in Kirby Superstar they actually combine those into 2 different ones. And there's also one called UFO where you were just a UFO.
I've seen
and
that
it's
one.
like you're constantly flying and you have just like a laser that you can shoot.
That's in the new one too. I have the new game.
Oh,
For
okay.
Wii.
Yeah, they brought back.
Yeah, they brought
UFO.
back. Yeah, I heard that they brought back a lot of old powers, which I think is really cool. And there's tornado. There was the super jump, which I thought was always useless because it was good for like maybe a couple levels in the original NES.
It gave him a cape.
He looks so cute with that cape. He looks so adorable.
He's a superhero.
And I mean,
Kirby.
that's the thing why I love it so much, because it's just so cute. They
It
can't
is.
ruin that game. It's
Kirby,
just always
the
fun.
thing I liked about it is it sort of had that Mega Man feel where you were taking your enemy's powers, but you didn't have to beat a whole stage in order to get a power. Like, there was...
You don't have to.
Each level at least has like 5 different abilities.
You don't have to commit as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
just-
how filthy. I keep going back to All-Star.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's my shit.
Yeah.
How filthy is it when you have a friend and your friend plays wheelie
yeah.
and you hop on his back
Yeah.
and you
Blasting.
speed through the level
Yeah.
shooting stars at fools in the head?
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's so tight.
It's so fun, dude.
One of the things I actually hated about that game was fighting Meta Knight. I hate fighting Meta Knight because you always have to give up your power.
Yeah.
You have to take the sword, and it's like my least favorite power.
Yeah, sword
I
kinda
hate
sucks.
swords.
Yeah.
For a while, one of my friends was like, "Yeah, no, a sword is god tier." I'm like, "No, it's not." He's like, "When you jump up in the air, you get to like slash a whole bunch." And I'm just like, "That's actually not that good. It's not great. It's not good."
They buffed it in the new game. It's
Yeah.
pretty good now.
Yeah.
But I feel like they tried to make it more like Link's sword because it shoots, like it has like range and shit, and it always has for that first slash. But it does it pretty regularly now.
Yeah, now each one of his powers, like some of them at least, they're kind of little nods at different Nintendo characters.
Yeah, definitely.
They have an ice skating power
Yeah.
that was in the Nintendo 64 game. I don't remember.
You could
what
ice skate in
Crystal Shards.
Yeah,
Crystal
Crystal
Yes.
Shards. No, you could
love
ice skate
that
back
game.
in Superstar.
Yeah.
When he had the ice power. When he
All-Star?
ran, he ice skated.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
No, but it's a different power.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's an actual ice skater power, but I mean, like, he would just ice skate when you were running with the ice power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. In the original NES version, there were two different ice powers. There was one that was a cone attack, and there was one that was an AOE, where it was just like if somebody's around you, and when you activate
And they
the
combined
ability-
those.
Yeah, and in Superstar, they combined them into one. So like, there's another example right there where they just like took two powers and were like, do we really want to segment this into like two different powers? No, let's just, not make an extra enemy. Because, I mean, they probably just wanted to save space because there's 9 games on there.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. And I mean, when you have a NES like a NES game where it's just like one game, like, you can get away with doing that. Like, because it's just one game. But with this one, with Superstar, like, so many games, there's only so much memory they can deal with. Like, it made sense, and I understand what they were doing. And I was like, okay, that's fine, I get it. But there were so many more powers.
I think one of the things they did a really good job with Superstar was that even though there were so many different powers, like because there's still a lot of powers, it was like they were really diverse though.
Yeah.
Like there were rarely 2 powers where you're just like, this doesn't need to be in the game.
They were
Like,
all situational.
They were
Yeah.
all really good. Like even like I remember I was like, man, the hammer and the sword are so similar. Like it's dumb. Why is this even in here? And then like I kind of realized like the hammer shoots stars too. Like when you hit the ground, like stars come out, and like so you have like a bit more range and shit like that. And like
I always like the hammer because of its running attack.
yes, the
Because,
spin.
you did the spin move, and it was especially effective on bosses because if you timed it right, you would just spin through them. So you'd just be on the other side, you take no damage, and then you could just constantly be running back and forth and just hammer twirling through all enemies.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
And not to mention, there were specific things in stages that you needed the hammer for
Oh yeah, definitely.
in order to unlock little secret bonuses.
One of my favorite powers, even though it was like, it wasn't really one that you wanted to use on a boss, but I just loved having it, was suplex. Just
Suplex?
grabbing fools and then just punching them a whole bunch, or just like jumping on top of them and stomping on their face.
the ballerina
So
dance. That's what my friend used to
satisfying.
call it.
And there were so many moves you could do. Like if they were jumping in the air and you caught them while they were in the air, you would like
Ooh.
spike them on the ground and just like wreck their day. Oh,
Dude,
so much fun.
Dude, my favorite one is you grab him and then you hit back like right away. I think
Yeah.
there's like a timing on it, and you have
Yeah.
to hit back, and he literally just does a back slam. Like he just does a backflip, lands on him, and they just
Literal
pop, and
suplex.
then you can just keep running. Like it's the fastest one. It's so dope looking, and player 2 gets to be a giant bug.
Yeah, Bugsy.
I loved being player 2 because then you just got to be all the weird characters in the game.
Fighter
like
Joe.
Fighter Joe was so filthy.
You gotta be Ryu.
If
The
you had a
copy
turbo
guy.
controller, being the fighter was god tier.
Yeah.
Because you didn't even have to like waste your time punching. You just be like that flurry of forward Chun-Li punches.
Yeah.
Even though
So-
she uses her feet for kicks.
Not what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It'd be Honda, but it's all good.
God damn it.
It's all good.
You were close.
I was.
They were trained by the same master.
Whoa.
They were.
Why don't you just do a podcast on Street Fighter lore since you seem to know
Shut
so much about it?
the
front door.
Anyways. But, no, copycat.
Yeah, because you
Here's
actually
my-
to be a little kitty cat.
He was my favorite person
Yeah.
to play as because you could still dump the power and then go back to copycat. So
You
you
were
were
basically
basically
another
Kirby.
Kirby, yeah.
It was so tight, dude.
Yeah. God, you are so smart.
Dude, and then, Kirby's Exploration.
Yeah, Kirby's cave adventure or whatever it was. The Great
Cave Offensive.
Yeah, the Great Cave Offensive. Oh,
I could never get all the treasures.
I did.
You
For
did?
the second
I
time in
did.
my life. Last month I did it. Second time in my life. It's not easy. There's so many ones that are just like in the randomest place that you wouldn't think. But it's
Yeah.
just like,
I think I got it down to I only needed 2.
yeah. And actually, thanks to Tyler, I finally got 100% completion on that game for the first time in my life because we finally beat the boss mode in that game.
Boss mode's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun, especially with Tyler because he's hella good at that.
Tyler,
You're a
you're good
great
at that?
second
I'm
player, by the way.
super
He's
good.
really good.
That's tight.
Yeah, but
Because all I do is I'll be Plasma, and I can take most of the shots and
yeah,
destroy everything. And then if I start to get low, I'll just have Chad sacrifice his own powers to
Yep.
regenerate me.
because I'm nice.
He is.
I like that.
We'll usually end it with like maybe 2 maximum tomatoes left over.
Yeah, we were good. We were good on Marks. Marks actually wasn't that hard with you in there. Like, it was actually not bad. I was just like, nah, I'm not even mad.
Speaking of Marks, he needs to make a comeback.
Yeah. he
Who
was a
and what
badass
was he?
villain.
He came out of nowhere. He was a weird little Kirby clone guy who seemed like he was a cool guy because he had glasses.
Yeah.
But then he turned out to be this weird evil space entity.
My
yeah,
theory is that
Marks.
he was another citizen of Popstar or Dreamland that
I don't know though, because
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
you see his true form, because like his other form was just a fake, the one where he looked all cute and innocent like a Kirby, and then he went all like weird and bug-eyed, and
Yeah,
that
no,
was
no.
his real form.
No, I think this is my theory. I'm not saying you're wrong, but this is my theory. I think that once he made that wish with the space entity, I don't know what it was called, but once he made that wish and he got his wish to rule all of Popstar, that's when he became this like demigod figure because he had the power to rule over Popstar, so he was granted these powers by this thing, and that's when he transformed into this evil entity because he was given the power to rule over Popstar.
And that's the fool that's like a bat. that you
Yeah, he
fight
turns
in
into
the
a
game.
bat and he has like all these crazy powers where he like shoots like arrows at you or like has like this crazy beam or like
Dude.
the thing where he like splits in two and he creates a black hole and just sucks you up. Ugh, such a
Always
fun
frightening.
battle. Yeah, that always scared the shit out of me. And same
Because
with
like you'd be going really good, and then all of a sudden he'd pull out that move, and you weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
So it'd suck you in, and like you'd have that last little inch of life, and that would always kill you.
yeah. So we could probably talk about Superstar for the rest of the podcast,
If
but
you
there's
couldn't tell.
yeah. So
I
another
mean,
game
we're
that
not going to.
we'll get back to.
Yeah.
I know.
We'll talk about the fat cats later, but that's okay. So Kirby's Pinball was another one. I was not a fan. Actually, no, I did like Pinball. Pinball was a fun one. I liked
I
it.
liked pinball.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirby and pinball just kind of makes sense.
yeah,
It
he's,
does.
he's a ball already. It's just like, just slap him in a fucking pinball machine.
This
You're
wouldn't
good.
be the last time that they would use Kirby as a ball for games that make sense either.
Yeah.
Which one is the one that? Okay, dude, Tilt and Tumble.
Tilt and Tumble.
That's
yeah.
the one that I played.
Wait, hold on. Let me...
Oh,
Your computer is straight fucking up
why?
because that.
It's not me.
That's the website.
Okay.
Anyway, Kirby's
I
Turn
ever
and
thought
Tumble.
about my
If you
computer
remember
like that.
the Game Boy Advanced, it actually had a different carts would have different chip sets inside of them. This one had a what would you call that?
XY axis.
Gravi
It had a
something.
gyro ball, gyroscope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you would tilt your Game Boy Advance in all the different directions, it would actually move Kirby around the screen, so you didn't have to use directional pads. And I mean, that's pretty innovative.
It was fucking hard.
Yeah.
It was
hard.
really fucking hard, but it was fun,
Yeah.
dude.
And Block Ball, was that the one where it was like golf? Like Kirby Golf?
No, that was Kirby Dream Course.
Course. and
Okay,
that game
Kirby
is
Dream
godly. Shout out to Marshall.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No,
I played it, but I didn't
You
like
you
it.
do like it.
It was
Alright.
it was golf, but disguised as Kirby for kids.
I don't know what block
Kirby
ball
Block Ball is block break. You know where you got the little paddle and you're just bouncing the ball up and down. But with Kirby, and I mean, it makes sense.
is. That does make sense.
Kirby as a ball can be put into any game.
Yeah. So I guess since we're bleeding into territory that isn't developed by Masahiro Sakurai, I may as well just drop this knowledge. So Masahiro Sakurai is, as I mentioned before, the original creator of Kirby. He was actually the mind behind Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Pinball Land, Kirby's Block Ball, Kirby Superstar, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Kirby Nightmare Dreamland. But he actually resigned from HAL Laboratories after the release of Kirby's Air Ride, and his reasoning behind that was he didn't like how HAL Laboratories was like really stuck on like making sequels, which doesn't really make sense because actually thinking about it now, it makes sense why he didn't have he's not listed in Kirby's Dream Land 2. That's one where you can actually have like those animals as your friend, like the bird, the cat.
That game was fucking fun.
Yeah, it was. And it was scary. Like when you're a kid and you see like those dark entities trying to take over Popstar, I actually got a little scared. Like those nightmares, because that's what they were. They were nightmares. But
makes sense. It's Dreamland. That's so fucking cute.
yeah, isn't it? It's so poetic too. It's just great, and like it's such a colorful game. I love it. I love colors. But yeah, so he wasn't a fan of that, but I guess he still worked on later games like Super Smash Brothers and Melee and the later one, Nightmare Dreamland, which I really need to play. But yeah, Kirby's Air Ride was one of my favorite games of all time. I still go back to play that game.
I'd say
fucking love that
that's
game so
legitimately my favorite racing game.
I would probably say the same thing.
Like, Mario Kart's all fucking fun and dandy, and, like,
Yeah.
that's really cute. And, like, Diddy Kong Racing was filthy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Diddy Kong more than Mario Kart. I haven't played that new Little Big Planet racing game yet. I want to get it, but Kirby's Air Ride is just, like, so fun.
So much replay
There's
value.
there's so many different game types in it, I think.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why, too.
The city one where you like run around and get all those expansions and like you have like this big like battle at the end.
Yes,
It's just, like,
dude.
you use all those upgrades that you collected throughout the course and it's just like, did I get the Hydra? Did I get all the pieces for the
Did I get
Hydra?
all the pieces?
Yeah, I fucking did.
Yes. I love that
man.
shit, dude.
There was so much to that game, man.
I think we seriously spent... I bet that is the most played game at your house. Like, that we played at your house, like, in high school.
Oh, yeah, when it was released?
Just through all of high school.
Yeah.
Like,
that and, what was it? WarioWare?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
was
played
going
a
to
lot
say,
of
those two
WarioWare.
games, legitimately.
Dude.
Kirby, WarioWare, and then followed by like Guitar Hero games.
Yeah, that's true. We did that, but I don't know. You're the person that got me hyped on that game too, because I was just like Kirby's Air Ride. I was just like, whatever, like it's probably just another racing game, and then like with all the game types, dude.
Yeah, it was way more than that, and like they had two different types of racing games. They had the standard camera behind the vehicle, mode, where it's just like, standard car racing games.
Third
just like
person,
the third person view. And they also had the top down mode.
That
so,
was
like,
fun too.
Yeah, like, and you could choose which control style, like, the all directional one or the going left and right, and like you just go forward with A, which was really cool. So it's just like choose your style, which I thought was really fun.
Did you play that Yarn game?
Kirby's Epic Yarn?
Yeah.
I never played it.
I
wish
to.
I did.
I
It looked
kinda
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, like the art style choice of Kirby's Yarn is really cool. I really want to play that game.
God, he's so cute.
It really is, dude.
Just Kirby is a little ball of yarn,
not
and
even-
then he's just pulling strings,
Yeah.
and turning into giant Kirby tanks piloted by Kirby.
Squeak Squad.
Oh,
Squeak
yeah.
Squad, I remember that one.
I never played it. What's the deal with this one?
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
It was just another Game Boy Advanced Kirby.
Okay. I can get
But-
behind that.
Yeah, like Game Boy Advance actually had a lot of good Kirby titles.
Yeah, well, it was easy to port it to because that was the original platform it was on, was the Game Boy.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense for them to just develop more for that specific platform.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then there's like Kirby in the Mirrors, and
yeah. And I mean, it's such a casual game. Like, it makes sense to make more for the portable consoles because it's just like, you don't really have to dedicate yourself to, you don't have to dedicate, oh my God, he's so cute!
That's Prince.
Prince Fluff.
That's the character that you get to play.
That's my new icon for everything now.
Epic Yarn.
Get ready, Facebook. I've got a new icon coming up.
Yay.
It's Prince Fluff. Get ready. Buckle up.
We're playing this game. I'm gonna.
Dude, just get it, man. You have a Wii. What are you doing with your life?
For some reason,
Just buy it right now.
I thought it was for 3DS.
No.
I'm tripping.
They don't have a 3DS Kirby game yet.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
They better.
Not yet, but they're going to.
Yeah, they better.
Just Mass Attack for the DS.
Yeah, that's DS. Kirby Mass Attack was actually pretty fun, though. Because it was just you and a ton of other Kirbys just fucking the shit out of everything.
Really?
I don't know anything about it, but they remade Kirby Superstar.
Okay,
Yeah.
they did remake Kirby Superstar for the DS, and I don't want to say that it's better than the Super Nintendo version, but it is.
Well,
and
yeah.
the only reason I say that is because they added a boss mode plus.
Whoa.
Well, look at how many
Okay.
games are on this compared.
Yeah,
Could you list
they
them off?
also added more games onto it, like the Meta Knight, the game where you get to play as Meta Knight.
Whoa,
They added that on.
Revenge of Meta Knight.
Yeah,
Revenge of the King, Meta Nightmare Ultra, Helper to Hero, The True Arena, Kirby Card Swipe, Kirby on the Draw, and then Snack Tracks. Which is,
That's the Gourmet Race. That one was my least favorite.
yeah.
Easily my least favorite.
Helper to Hero, you only get to play as the helper character to Kirby,
Whoa, that's cool.
and there's no Kirby.
Oh, what? That's nice. I like that.
I need this.
Dude, don't we?
Yeah, I suggest if you have a Game Boy Advance, no, not a Game Boy
DS?
Advance, a DS, my
Yeah.
bad, definitely pick up the Kirby Superstar version for that.
Yeah.
It is such a good port, and they need to continue to bring back classic games as DS titles.
Yeah.
Or just downloadable DS games. Like, they've been doing a lot more, and they need to keep it up. They actually just did Kirby's Adventure. They remade that as a 3DS title
played it
in
in
3D.
Oh, not the 3DS one, but I have the one for the DS, the first one, and god damn, it looks so good. And it has like the original powers too. It's just like, oh my god, like better graphics, like it's way more colorful, obviously, and they have, oh god, it's just so good. The music is updated, and that's another thing about the Kirby games. Like the music is just so catchy. It's some of the most memorable music I have of my youth, and you know, other than Mega Man music, obviously.
Yeah,
but
that's
Okay,
Okay,
there's
yeah.
something about the like do 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 do. Okay, nothing told me this, or I don't know where it came from, but just in my head, I imagine it the lyrics to "Sweet Cherry Pie." Sweet, sweet cherry pie, tastes so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet, sweet cherry pie. It's just like, I don't know why, but just it always sounded like that to me.
yeah,
Hella funny.
man, I wish I knew more about Kirby lore, but I really don't. I feel like I'm failing as a fan. I feel like I should know more.
Well, I
about
feel
it.
like
'Cause
there's
it
no
looks like
dialogue in Kirby whatsoever.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Okay,
feel like there's
there
actual...
is, but not Kirby's dialogue.
Yeah, but I
Kirby,
think
He's a mute.
yeah, like there was a storyline in Crystal Shards which it seemed like they were going back to Kirby's Adventure 2, where it's like, hey, there's another nightmare, and there's these shards that you have to collect, and to try to like keep the nightmares at bay and like from like not infecting Dreamland, but I don't know. Yeah, so that was actually one of my favorite ones as well, because that was the first time you got to take two different powers and combine them to make
Yeah,
one.
if we're gonna
forgot
start
about
talking
that.
about Kirby Crystal Shards, that game was amazing. I tested it at Nintendo for the Virtual Console, and that game's single player. We found a way to turn it into a multiplayer game. You have someone put in a classic controller while the other person is using a
This is for Wii.
Yeah, for the Wii. The other person uses a GameCube controller. One person is in charge of the powers, the other person is in charge of movement. And you try to beat the game together.
Oh wow, that's cute.
It's so much fun, and I mean, it kept us going. We just found like new crazy ways to beat the game.
Yeah.
Going through the entire game without killing a single thing.
Yeah.
No damage clears.
Wow.
We used to turn the versus mode into, so there was a brick breaker multiplayer mode where
So
it was
tight.
like a 8x8 grid or something like that, and you would slam the bricks in front of you and they would all drop out in a straight line. So you'd be trying to drop the bricks underneath other people or set up traps so that they'd have nowhere to go. Well, after a while that got really boring, so we just started playing tag, where like we weren't even dropping the bricks. We'd just run around and try to chase each other. And like if you touch the other person, they were it. We played like zombie tag and all sorts of stuff. It was ridiculous.
Dude, that game was really fun. I forgot about the mixing powers thing, actually.
Man, that was like that was the thing that won me over. Like once I started watching the commercials, like I remember the commercials for those because they were just like, you get to mix your powers, and I'm like, oh.
And there were a lot of sweet powers too.
Yeah, like you could mix Spark and Brock. Like what? It's like,
okay, a lot of them didn't. Okay, there were some really shitty powers that didn't make sense. Like there was I don't remember what. I think it was electricity and fire.
You can make yourself into a light bulb.
Yeah. Okay, so electricity and fire was Kirby took a piece of paper and like rubbed it on himself until he created so much friction that he burst into flames.
And he would just run around. So
that
cute.
rules,
yeah,
dude.
it was adorable.
There were a couple bad powers, but mostly there were some gems in there.
If you got double rock, then you could turn yourself into a giant rock Kirby and just stomp around.
If you got rock and fire, you were
volcano.
Yeah, volcano. Rock and bomb was probably one of the best
Rock
combinations.
bombs.
Yeah, because it was TNT and it was so powerful that like it blew up most of the screen. And the TNT was actually powerful enough that it would hurt Kirby. So what you had to do was you'd have to block and pull out the second ability of that power, which is Kirby put on a little hard hat and they would protect him from all the damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
can't remember any of them, dude. It's been so long.
And I think if you got like Spark and Fire, you could make fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah, fireworks was so much fun. You just make yourself a little fireworks show.
I just want to play it now.
No, that was like bomb and fire.
I have it.
Am I playing
Just
it?
come over sometime.
I will.
Seriously.
I will.
What are you doing with your life?
Nothing.
Go over and play Kirby.
I want to.
You guys could do 2-player mode.
I will.
2 hands on 1 controller.
I did that. I already got that plan.
Yeah. But I have to say, if I were to pick one that would be my favorite, I'd probably go with Superstar. Easily. For the SNES. Like,
absolutely.
So much replay value.
All of the replay value. I mean,
you get so much music.
You get
from
9
it.
Kirby games in 1 game. Like, that right there.
It's good value, like, selection, you know, and there's, like, so many different modes of game. Like, if you don't want to just look for treasure or anything like that, like, you could do the samurai mode, where it's just, like, the quick draw, only with samurai swords, and, like, sometimes you would, like, throw a pie.
The World Breaker Championship.
For the first time in my life, I broke 200.
Really?
Yeah, I got Yeah, I got a perfect on all 3 of them for the first time in my life when I played against Tyler, I think.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it was 201. It doesn't go to 200, it goes to 201. And I was like, I actually took a picture of it on my iPad.
I'd like to say I constantly drop new Kirby knowledge on Chad every time we play that game, and it's hilarious because like Chad is such a big Kirby fan. There's just tiny little secrets he doesn't know about, like the painter power.
I didn't know about this. Yeah. Tell them
I remember the painter power.
Tell them the painter power. Yeah.
When you're fighting either the lobster bot or the chameleon,
in which
both
Superstar.
Right? Yeah. Both of them shoot out this weird little colored ball. Those are the only 2 bosses where you can encounter that. But if you suck that up, you get the painter power, which is just Kirby jumping in the air, releasing a bunch of paint, and it changes the color of the enemy.
Yeah. It's bad ass.
And it's like it does like the same amount of damage as like a Mike Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
except Mike Scream's more powerful. Because you get 3 of those.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying a single Mike Scream. It's like a single, Dude, I just remember when I was in 2nd grade.
Sister.
Dude, I remember when I was in 2nd grade, though, like, me and my friend used to legitimately just sit there and, like, in class, we would just draw new Kirby powers up, and then by the end of the day, we would just sit there and, like, commune. We'd just be like, all right, so check this out. Terminator Kirby. I actually have my old sketchpad right up there. I could show you, but I'm not going to. But there was, like, Terminator Kirby and shit. Like, we just went, like, all out. We made a Mega Man Kirby. That didn't work. It was so cool.
Back in the day, I actually did something very similar to that, only I made, like, kind of like little comics of Kirby. Yes. And it was, like, it was in the style of, like, the arena, where he was, like, fighting bosses, and it was, like, little snapshots of a Kirby and, like, maybe, like, one of his, like, pals or something like that, and it was one of the bosses that he was fighting, and I would, like, write down how many wins he got, how many losses he got, and
That's
like
tight.
the name of the enemy that he was fighting. Like I tried to draw it as accurately as I could, but I was like fucking 7, so it's just like
This is awful looking.
Yeah, I remember there was one that I made. It was actually like I tried to make it look like a Gatorade poster, and it's like him, and he's in the center of the frame, and he's like all sweaty because he like just got done playing football or whatever the fuck. I don't know what he would do, but he's holding like a Gatorade bottle, and at the bottom it said, "Are you in him?"
Wow.
Because their slogan at the time was, "Is it in you?" So I was just like, "Are you in?"
Dude, that's clever.
Because I'm hella clever and I'm dumb, but
really
no.
clever.
I unfortunately threw away all of my old art, and I kind of wish I didn't now because it's making me sad. But whatever.
I don't like that you threw that away.
Yeah, I don't
At all.
either. Yeah, that was actually really bad. But yeah. So which was your favorite?
It was Superstar.
Superstar.
Yeah, there's no
Superstar
question.
all around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we can all.
But
just
I will
agree.
have to say it's the new version of Superstar.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because they added
It's
those.
Superstar 2, I think.
Yeah, I really want to get the 20th anniversary. I had to sell my Wii for
Ultra.
Yeah. Kirby Superstar Ultra is so worth buying.
Yeah.
It's even got multiplayer.
Yeah.
So both of you have DSs, you can play multiplayer Kirby.
Yeah. I'm just so sad that, like, I missed out on the 20th anniversary because I got rid of my Wii. I had to sell it for money.
Oh, I'm buying
'Cause, like,
this.
yeah. And it's just like, I feel I'm like disappointed in myself because I feel like I really should have participated in that event. And, like, I didn't get to go to the PAX where they announced it and gave away those pink shirts with his friggin' face on it.
If it makes you feel any better, I was there and I didn't realize that was going on, and I just saw a million people with pink shirts, and they're like, "Yeah, they're all out." And I was just like,
No, like, they reached capacity so fast. Like, they were like, okay, so at 2:00, we're doing the Kirby thing. By 1:50, they had to stop, had to, like, have people tell people that they were just at capacity.
Mm-hmm. Damn. That sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know if we have anything else to say. It's just...
Now let's talk about Kirby villains.
Yeah, Kirby villains, definitely. Yeah. They're definitely some of the most memorable villains of... In my video
Dynablade.
Dynablade, yeah.
So filthy.
Yeah.
I just like that he
And the
comes
thing is,
back.
it's sad because, like, that's the mom of, like, the baby chicks that you end up raising at the end of that. And it's just like, you're basically fighting and defeating a mom without really realizing what you're doing until it's just like, oh shit, like, this was a mom
She was
of her.
terrorizing, though. She was terrorizing the village.
Was
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
I never saw her terrorize
I
anything.
thought that was the first scene. I thought she was like fucking shit up, and you're just like,
No, I think he's right. I think that actually
dude,
did
like,
happen.
these are my
Yeah.
homies. Like, why are you fucking with my homies? And then
Yeah,
you gotta
I think
go
he was
up there,
basically
you
just
gotta climb the whole
knocking sense into
mountain.
her.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was just like, listen, like, you're fucking with my homies, and she's just like, she just had babies, so she's just like, well, I gotta feed my shits, you know? I gotta,
My
feed,
little
I gotta
shits.
feed these little shits.
I gotta puke in their faces.
I gotta throw up in their gullets.
And
It's
then
okay
watch
though.
them swallow
Everything
that.
works out for the best. Kirby becomes their new mom and teaches them all how to fly.
All right, so
And comes back and helps you defeat Meta Knight.
let's
Exactly.
see
Shout
if we
outs to
can.
Dynablade.
Let's see.
Speaking
how many,
of Meta Knight, what
Fuck
the
that.
fuck is Meta Knight?
stop getting these little things in your fucking beard. What is this?
Dude, Meta Knight is Blue Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to expand though. Like, how did he become an evil Kirby?
Why do they need to expand?
Because
I would like to know.
Yeah, I would
I'd
like to know more.
That's the fun.
You're
like-
the fun.
there's only been
Make your own
that
face.
one quick scene where you got to see Meta Knight and he had a Kirby face and he was blue and it didn't make sense and it was for such a short amount of time.
Stop it.
Seriously. Make your own fucking stories.
All right.
Who cares, dude? It's
I
Meta Knight.
care. But let's see if we can. How many villains we can name?
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight,
DDD.
DDD, Krakow.
Krako's his name.
Yeah, Krakow.
Oh, the Cloud?
yeah, the Cloud. Yeah.
What is the two little, like, the pink and the purple, and they push stuff?
It's
it's Lolo and Lulu. Lala.
yeah,
Lala and
Lolo and Lala.
Yeah. The other one was
Wispy Willow or whatever.
Yeah.
Wispy Woods. The other one was Camilo. Was that the name of the chameleon? Was it Camilo?
Something like that.
Yeah. What was the name of the one
The computer virus.
Yeah, the computer virus.
Which is hands down one of the coolest bosses.
Yeah.
The one
what's the
where you
name
have
of
to
the-
make it shoot the laser at itself?
No. When you're fighting the, like, text-based game.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, first you fight the little wizard boy, and then you fight the Black Knight, and then you fight a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there was also Combo Cannon. That's the one where it has, like, the hand that's cranking the cannon. I hate that boss because it has the hands that come out of nowhere, try to grab you, and then spike you on the ground. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo Kid.
Yeah. The other...
Yo-Yo was a fucking Kirby ability. It's
That
so
was one of my
filthy.
favorite abilities, actually.
The noise that it made was so pleasing. Yeah, the noise that made and Sword was so tight to me, like just like that, like
Clanging.
quick ass slap.
Clanging.
Yeah, been clanging.
Clanging before clanging.
Been clanging
dog.
since '96, dude. You know what I'm saying? Been had clangs.
God, this franchise just gets me so giddy and just like there's so much nostalgia behind this game and like I kind of feel bad for the younger generations because they won't appreciate Kirby the way that like you, me, or like anybody else that's like, you know, Generation Y that has played those or like
Kirby
older.
just doesn't mean as much to them.
Yeah, like I remember playing the first one for the Game Boy and it's just like I remember falling in love with that game, and I just hope that like the younger generations get a chance to fall in love with it the same way I did. And it's just like, I hope that they appreciate all of the aesthetics and like the sounds and the music and like the enemies and the powers and the secrets and I don't know, like I just hope that people love Kirby as much as I do because it's just so much fun to play. Like there's so much to it. There's just so much more to it than just a little pink ball that's trying to save his home planet and like his home world. It's just like there's so much to that game. It's just so enchanting.
I feel like I was that kid where I would play video games until I got really mad, and then I would like just rage super hard. And I feel like mostly because I played a lot of Mega Man, but Kirby like that just couldn't happen. Like the way the game is just laid out, like yeah, it's easy, but there's plenty of difficulties in the game, but I don't think I ever like raged out at Kirby.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, sometimes I'd be like, all right, like I'm gonna take a break, but I feel like you can't stop playing Kirby on like a bad note. You're just like, this is fucking tight. Like
Yeah.
it's just so pleasing to play.
Yeah. Like aesthetically, just like looking at it and like all the sounds and the music and everything aside, like just looking at that game is just so, oh god, I become a child when I start playing that game. Like
It's got the Mega Man effect.
Yeah.
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Cool.
That wraps it up.
I guess that's pretty much it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I just want to go play Kirby now.
I really want to play Kirby now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
somebody make a Kirby game for Android, please.
yeah, dude. Do it.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, thanks for listening. This is Raccoon Chad.
And Jocelyn.
Fat Tyler.
124. And we are Troll Stomp Gaming with Tycho as well. Hey, Tycho.
We miss you.
What's up, dude?
I've never met you, but I miss you.
Yeah. This has been Troll Stomp Game Production.
Kirby! Woo! Back at ya! Kirby! Back at ya! He's Kirby! Right!